Okay, do we have a working microphone? It looks like we do. And I think that means that they can hear you. Okay. We've got some tofu. We've got a back to milk. We're ready to record a podcast that maybe no one's ever going to hear. But we're doing it anyway. Hello, honey. That, ladies and gentlemen, is my wonderful girlfriend. And as of today, you have watched every surviving episode of Doctor Who, discounting a couple of orphan episodes, like episodes that are missing the majority of their story.
Took me 2 years, 2.5 years?
2.5 or thereabouts.
Mm-hmm. And the date today is?
Today is the Saturday.
Today is the Saturday.
The Saturday, the only Saturday, March 26th, 2022.
That's a momentous occasion.
Truly staggering. And because I am... what's the word I'm looking for here? Because I'm pushy, because I like asking questions. Nosy, that's the word. Because I'm nosy. Inquisitive. I am going to interview you and prod you and poke you for some questions.
And in between those questions, I'm going to make loud slurpy noises and crunchy noises. Now, when I completed this marathon, I really wanted like a special food treat, and I thought, how can we make this food Doctor Who themed, like a Cassandra pizza, for example? But now I've got tofu in front of me, and we started this podcast. The first thing I thought of was, it's the adipose. And now, I was really enjoying it, but now
they've got a little teeth. They've got a little tooth. They're waving at you.
Oh no.
Oh, right. Honey, you just ate that cute little piece of fat.
It was tasty, mate.
Okay, so, you ready for your questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so question number 1, Doctor ranking. So, from least favourite to favourite.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this. I thought what you sent me was top three Doctors. So,
but I said Doctor ranking.
Oh. So I have to go from the least favourite to the favourite.
That was my intention. If you're not fully prepared for that, then we can.
I'll do it. It's just going to take me a while. So least favourite.
Okay. If I get up a picture of each of the Doctors.
Yeah, that will make it a bit easier. Honestly, yeah. The one that comes to mind right now, it's got to be Capaldi. I know, daggers to your heart.
Okay.
But it's just, I don't have particular beef with him. It's just when I think about when I watched his series, he was the Doctor that aggravated me the most, the one I had most questions for, the one that confused me the most. I was literally crying in frustration at times when I was watching him, and so, of course, purely because of my own personal misunderstandings and just confusion around what I was being shown, Capaldi has to be my least favourite Doctor.
Okay, so we've crossed off Capaldi. So, number 14, we've got Capaldi with his eyebrows.
I'm going to cross off Paul McGann next, not because I didn't like his performance at all, just because we didn't get to see much of him, and so... obviously I haven't warmed to him as much, but I would have liked to have seen more, but he didn't get... I mean, are we counting the War Doctor as well?
Yeah, I'm counting the War Doctor.
I will do War Doctor after McGann, purely because he has more story that we're invested in. But again, we only got to see him for a very short time.
Okay.
Who is that guy? Oh, that is
that's the War Doctor.
Well, no wonder. I was like, whoa, who's the guy with the big tash? Alright, next, Oh, I'm gonna say this is a tough call between these two as to who I'd put next. I'll go for Rainbow Jacket.
Colin.
I'll go for Colin purely because of his a bit too brutish nature.
Yeah.
You can have another piece of tofu if you like. I see you eyeing up them adipose.
No wonder their species was on the brink of extinction.
I know, right? Delicious.
Nothing to do with the Daleks stealing their planet. All to do with the taste.
Next, we got celery.
Peter Davison.
I did like his shows, but it was quite confusing for me at times because of the scientific lingo.
Honestly, find me anyone who understands Castrovalva, and I will pay you.
I mean, there's times when I just think you're understanding everything. But, fair enough. If you're confused, everyone's confused. Okay, next. Oh, this is where it gets difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, so hang on. I'm going to cover up the ones that you've done. So, okay. At number 14, Capaldi. Number 13, Began. 12, War Doctor. Sir John Hurt, the only Doctor to have a knighthood. 11, Colin.
You're gonna hate me,
Davison.
but I'm going for Baker next.
Oh!
I'm going for Baker next. This is where it gets
10.
difficult. I love all of them from here on out,
Baker.
really.
Okay.
But I think obviously you have the nostalgia value for it, and my nostalgia is with more modern ones. So
that's fair enough.
Got to knock off Baker, and then let's see what we got.
Still remaining, we've got Hartnell, Troughton, Pertwee, McCoy, Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, and Whittaker.
Oh, you know what? I'll knock off McCoy first, and then Baker.
Oh, okay. So hang on. So McCoy is number 10, Baker's number 9.
Yeah. And then,
You're putting Whittaker higher than Baker. I
really like Whittaker.
Okay.
All right, I really do. I've got no shame in that.
Okay.
Absolutely no shame. I really like her. Love her companions. Obviously I wasn't too impressed by some, her last seasons and stuff, but doesn't mean I don't like her as the Doctor. I think she's still very quirky, and I do really like her performance.
That's fair.
Next, I'm gonna go for I will go for Rose Guy. Yeah.
Eccleston.
I'll go for Eccleston.
Oh, your first Doctor.
First Doctor, yeah.
Okay, so.
So good at this point.
9 at number 9. Oh wait, no, hang on. No, Baker was at 9, so 9 at 8.
Okay, then we've got. Oh, gets so difficult from here. Then we've got Troughton.
So after Eccleston, Troughton.
Yep.
Okay.
Then we got Tennant.
Okay.
Then we got Hartnell.
Okay.
Okay. Here's where it gets juicy.
Okay.
Right, okay. Next.
So in your top 3.
Top 3. We got Smith.
Okay.
Pertwee.
Hang on.
Oh no, wait. Wrong order.
Oh.
Wrong order. Top 3. We got Whittaker.
Okay, Whittaker at number 3.
And then we got Pertwee.
Okay.
And then we got Smith.
So Smith is number 1.
Nope.
Oh.
And then we got Ruth.
Ruth is your top favourite. Oh my god.
And then Oh wait, where'd my
Hang
thing
on.
gone?
Hang on.
Oh
Are
wait.
you going to put the Morbius Doctors at number
Yeah,
one?
yes. How did you know? Then we got Ruth. Then we got the second spinning headshot of the Morbius. You know.
So Morbius Doctor number 1, Morbius Doctor number 2.
Yeah. So Morbius Doctor number 2, the one that spanned next, that one we saw for a second, Morbius Doctor, and then number 1, I got the Valiard. Favourite Doctor, hands down.
What do you love so much about the Valiard?
What can I say? The Valiard, what a champion.
Michael Jaston, the man himself.
What a champion! You can't tell me that wasn't such an intriguing, we even got some of those stories, we haven't even seen them yet. But I was thoroughly enjoying that whole plot line. It was such a twist, the evil version. Gotta be the Valiard, isn't it? Okay, no. I'm joking with those last 3. I would say I think Smith is probably the number 1.
Okay, so...
Even though him and Pertwee are very much tied.
So, like, Smith and Pertwee kind of joint first, but Smith just edges it out.
Yeah, maybe it's because we're watching it in order, so I remember his episodes more. But I think he's just a fun, quirky actor, and it really worked.
Yeah. So what in particular do you like about Smith? Just his fun, quirky nature?
Yeah, I just think he's a great actor, and I was really engaged by all of his episodes. There were very few episodes I didn't like. That obviously stands out to me.
What about Pertwee, your top classic Doctor?
Yeah. I liked him because I think it was mainly the action-y stuff
that
I'm into. I love all his vehicles, the getaways, the Venusian karate. I like the whole unit plotline. Everything he was in from that. Yeah, all the storyline. It was really fun, and chases going on.
I do really enjoy Pertwee as well. He's one of my favourites. I like. It was just such an intriguing dynamic for him to be trapped on Earth. There is. I think I mentioned this to you before. There's a great sort of a short audio drama, 5-10 minutes long, which is basically just Pertwee and a couple of the folks at UNIT and go to the zoo just on their day off, and it's just kind of Pertwee's sort of internal thoughts as he looks at a tiger in the cage, and he really relates to this tiger pacing around desperate to be free.
Survival, mate.
Yeah. And of course, because it's Pertwee, he ends up in the tiger cage and has to fight it.
Whoa! I demand to see this on the screen.
Well,
for the 60th special.
Just CGI Pertwee's face onto someone and have them fight a tiger.
I'm here for it.
Just lock Sean Pertwee in a tiger cage. Oh gosh. Okay, so that was question 1. So the next few are going to be shorter, but you've got to do a Doctor rating.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're okay. You're dying slightly there.
Oh, just ate a load of adipose.
That last one looked like it was really giving you a fight.
Yeah.
It was thrashing about.
Oh my goodness.
His little stubby legs kicking away. Oh! Sort of foot imprint in your throat just there. It's feisty.
Yeah, they're trying to do that explodey thing, but I'm hanging in there to answer these questions.
Okay, so question 2. Top 3 monsters / villains. These could be just ones you think are cute, are cool, or ones that really scared you?
Oh, don't get me started on the ones that really scared me. The ones that really, this isn't even what I plan to say. The ones that really scared me, hands down, all of Tennant's everything. First of all, the Icarus Project is the one that stands out the most. I thought was absolutely horrifying.
Lazarus Project.
Lazarus Project. Yeah, that thing, that Scorpion Man skeleton thing. That was horrifying. And then we got the Waters of Mars. And then we got, like, just everything that he was in was horrifying. There was the Mummy. Are You My Mummy? There was the actual
that was
devil.
an Eccleston.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
But,
The devil one.
oh, yeah. The Satan Pit.
The Satan Pit.
These are the words of the beast.
Yeah, everything he was in. It was absolutely horrifying.
I'm going to steal some of your water after I did that. That was not a good idea. Okay.
Oh, it was totally worth it. We needed to hear that.
Thank you. You're talking about how scary all of Tennant's monsters. He was also the person with the adipose, and you are just scoffing them down. Scoffing them down.
Yeah, I mean, there were some good creatures. I think I really do like the first Cybermen. The first ones.
The Mondasian ones.
Yeah, round heads. The way they spoke. I just love the whole concept around them because it was like I just absolutely love it the first time we see them. They're a real big threat.
Yeah.
And they're terrifying. They're life-size, they're humans, but they have no emotions. I can't think of anything worse than something you can't reason with and you can't talk to, because then it's just war.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Daleks are scary to some extent in the classics, but they're not as scary, in my opinion, as the full-sized metal men, because you're faced with something that's almost a mirror version of yourself. And Daleks, they get scary in the modern series because they give them all this new tech and make them bigger and more of a threat. But yeah, in that classic, I think the Cybermen really got to me.
Yeah,
like Ben and Polly there, just feeling helpless.
I remember that. There are two things I remember distinctly from that episode. The 10th Planet. Firstly, there's a bit. This is just from whenever I've watched it. There's one scene that really stands out to me is like when the Cybermen first enter the base, and like they're like like I think it's the humans have sent a distress call, and yeah, the Cybermen like kill a bunch of people, and then one of them just like picks up a microphone and is like telling one of them that you're gonna speak into the microphone. Oh no, that's it. You're gonna state your name, age, rank, stuff like that, and everyone's just freaking out, just like, oh, you killed them, and
yeah,
and the Cyberman's like, yes, name, age, rank, and it's just like I don't understand why you're still panicking. I've asked you a question. And it's just like, oh, it's just so cold and inhuman. And the other thing I remember is I don't remember how you knew this, but when we went into that episode, you knew that it was Hartnell's last episode. But and you were like, oh, they better give him like a proper like classic threat to go up against in his last episode. They better not give him like Zarbi or something. and
I've changed my mind now. That would have been a sick last episode.
and then you just saw like the silhouette of like the handles, and you were like, Cybermen, yeah. And then the Cybermen start actually killing people, and you were like, oh no.
Yeah, it's horrifying. The death toll.
Okay, so
that was one.
yeah, so that's one.
We've got obviously you know this, but my favourite have got to be the Drashigs.
Oh yes, we have a Jurassic hand puppet in our room right now as we're recording this.
Absolutely love them. It's a personal thing. Drashigs and that massive anglerfish under the Thames.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love my beastie creatures, my Maya creatures, my swamp creatures, my aquatic creatures, things that just howl and bellow and just like to feed, you know? They're always going to be my faves. And then we've got the crinoids.
Ooh, good choice.
I absolutely love
Good
the crinoids
choice.
because they're my planty boys. And they're horrifying. They remind me of that horror film, The Happening, and I can just see, like, the reason.
Can I just say, you are one of the few people who will think of being reminded of The Happening as a good thing.
Yeah, it was very scary, but it was a good film, and it just, I don't know, it evoked things. So yeah, I can really see like the plants getting angry at us. It's such a great concept, and they're actually like surprisingly formidable. Like you wouldn't really think they're a threat, but they're huge, and it really. Okay, that's me completely finishing the tofu.
Those adipose, those poor babies.
They're gone now. But yeah, they're just the plants are everywhere on Earth, and they captured how horrifying it was. And I love that massive scene at the end where it's just taking over the entire house. I've never managed to get that out of my head, and I forget a lot of stuff rather quickly. But that scene is just brilliant, and it was just a really fun episode.
Yeah. I don't know if I've told you this, but when I was little. So I only watched like the whole story of the Seeds of Doom, Seeds of Death, whichever one it is, the Crinoid episode, relatively recently. But I had a videotape of the Tom Baker years, just like Tom Baker watching a few of his a few clips from his episodes, and it had a clip from that bit at the end, like where the Crinoid like looms over the house for the first time. And that's like you, that's stuck in my head, and
Absolutely, it's terrifying.
but the way it's stuck in my like it's sticking in my head manifested in the form of whenever I was helping my mum make the bed.
Oh no!
I'd get she'd get the duvet in its case, and then I'd lie on the bed and get her to like stretch the duvet out as wide as it would go, and I'd go, crinoid, and then she'd like throw the duvet over me, and it was like the crinoid crashing down on the house, and that's what I was imagining.
Oh, that is insanely cute.
It was a white duvet cover with pink flowers on it.
Wow. Well, we're recreating this.
Okay. So, top 3 monsters, we got Mondasian Cybermen, Drashigs, and Crinoids.
Honourable mention goes to the Bating. Because I've really related to that creature on a whole nother level. When I get hungry, I become the Bating. And I love how invincible it was. It was brilliant. Like, it swallowed a bomb, and it just got mildly satiated, and I really, really relate to that. So I think it's brilliant, and how small it is, and how it growls. It's definitely relatable. And then I've got to say my fave alien races, because that's different from the monsters.
Okay.
So I've got my fave alien races, which are the Axons, because they're my gold boys.
Your golden boys.
Yeah, they're golden, and I've never forgotten how cool their costume design looked. It's just brilliant, like the paint. I don't know what they did.
Sometimes
the foil.
Sometimes they're gold, sometimes they're spaghetti.
Yeah, it was a long time ago I watched this, and they still really stand out to me as being a really cool race of aliens. Just like, one of the ones that stood out in terms of striking appearance. And then we've got the Intiminorians, because of
Love-
President Zarb and just how dull they were and how they love to complain. Absolutely love the fact that there's a fellow species out there that's basically like Earth, just pessimistic and speaking quite droll. They're just brilliant.
I love that you remember the name Into Minorians as well.
Well, yeah. And then we got the Silurians.
Oh. Modern or 3i?
Modern.
Modern.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I like Madame Vestry.
Vastra.
Vastra. I remember Into Minorians, but not Madame Vestry.
Vastra.
Madame Vastra. I like the modern Silurians because it made them seem more like a civilization because they're still here. And so it wasn't just that the Doctor had managed to kill them all. They're still there, and it showed them still being there. And I liked how they have modern updates. Like, they've evolved. They look more like us, but the lizard version, and that's what I want. And they're thriving down there. I love that episode where it had the sister, and she was a warrior, and she was so evil towards the humans, which is a shame. But like, I love that, we could just see they looked so cool. I really love them, like, just and Madame Vastra with their clothes, and that I like to see this other race, this other humanoid race that had the Earth long ago thriving. I like seeing that up here, and I feel like the modern series has really shown them thriving well. And that's what I love about them, and I love lizards, so...
Awesome. Okay. So, question 3. So, I know you prepared your top 3 for this, but before we started recording, you said you might want to do top 5. So, top 3/5 companions.
Oh, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Top 8 companions, let's go.
/9.
Oh?
Right, so do I do from bottom to top? Or...
Bottom to top.
Oh, this is going to be a lot harder then.
Okay.
Let's go with Jamie.
Jamie at number 9.
I love Jamie. Jamie's great. He was... Oh, I don't know. I'm at odds because when I watched it, I was thinking he doesn't suit the Scottish warrior type. He's too gentle. He's too soft. He doesn't seem fierce enough at all. He's very kind. He's very polite. He's an upstanding young Scotsman, and he doesn't suit the kind of war character that he was trying to be portrayed at, or that he was trying to portray at first. I didn't really see a character arc. I just always saw him as gentle and kind, and I guess that's why I really like him. Next, we've got Benton.
Sergeant Benton.
Sergeant Benton.
Aww.
He was also very kind and lovely. I like the lovely ones. He was great. I mean, he's not what you expect from someone serving in a unit, but he was such a nice guy, and that's what it is. I like them nice ones.
I've always wanted to know, how the hell did Benson get into unit? Because, like...
He's lovely.
yeah, he's a lovely bloke.
He's good at his job, though. Don't forget he's good at his job.
He is very good at his job.
There's room up there for us lovely people, and he inspires us with that.
Yeah, it's just... I know there aren't particularly many, like, particularly smart people at unit outside of, like, the sort of scientific core, like Liz, Jo, Kate, Osgood, that lot. But, like, Benton can be, like, quite a bit dimmer than the others at times.
Oh,
but
leave him alone.
He's such a lovely lad.
And he's tall and lengthy. That just gives him bonus points for stature and presence.
Okay, so number 9, Jamie. Number 8, Benton.
Next, we got Ian.
Ian,
Ian, my lad.
you got a lot
I
of
like
lovely.
Ian. If Ian and Barbara, if I can have them both, I'd say both.
Yes, yeah,
But
you can have the double team
I
of
can
Ian
have a
and
double
Barbara.
team. I love the dynamic. I love how real they are in terms of people.
Yeah.
They're really real. They're not trying to be anything. They don't have a massive backstory. They're just school teachers and they just roll with that and they're doing the best they can. And I love it. They're timeless. They're brilliant.
Yeah, like that was something that struck me when I was watching a bunch of the first Doctor episodes, because I hadn't watched very many of them until we started this watch through, and I sort of had this idea in my head of like old black and white Doctor Who is very sort of like campy, like sort of low stakes with a lot of over the top screaming, but they didn't go for that. They like Barbara and Ian's reactions like got some of the scenes like pretty harrowing, in like when they.
I mean, not forgetting the time Ian literally killed a man.
Oh yeah, Ian killed a man.
The Aztecs. Barbara became an Aztec queen. Oh God.
Yeah.
And Ian, he just shoved a man off a cliff. And he was fine. He didn't even have any emotional, havoc over that.
Yeah,
these modern ones, these modern snowflakes. Ian was just like, this man's got to go. Pushed him off. Next episode, they were off and about. Happy as Larry.
I was going to like.
He might have killed a kid in his class. He doesn't know what future repercussions. That could be the great,
12 hours later. great. No, I was going to say like in Unearthly Child, where they go back to the Stone Age, like just the scenes of them like running through the jungle away from the tribesmen. Like Barbara is just like so terrified, but she's not like Barbara is just so terrified, and not like in the way that like I know I pick on her, but not in the way Victoria would have been terrified.
Victoria Waterfield! I forgot to add her in my top companions. Oh no, she's still going. We're still going on top companions. There's still time to add her.
But yeah, like Victoria for me represents like the epitome of like the scream queen companion. Like she just stand around and scream, but like to show that the situation was scary. But like Barbara didn't do that. She was she was a very competent woman, but she never became incompetent.
Yeah, like you're allowed to be scared, but
yeah.
she also knew how to handle herself in tough situations, and that's why we love Barbara.
Yes.
And she counts as my number 7, I think.
Yes. Tied 7 with Ian.
Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Oh, okay. So tied 5th with Ian.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So my next one. Who do you think my next one is?
Okay, so I know who I think your top one is.
Yeah.
But I think Adric is going to be in this list somewhere.
Right.
I also think the Brigadier's
not on there because he's too perfect and he's too like himself. He can never be companion. He's like his own deal, his own razzmatazz.
The Doctor respects him too much.
The Doctor gave him a salute, mate. So as far as I'm concerned, the Brig is another main character. The Brig is up there with the Doctor.
Like you wouldn't call Barusa a companion.
Who's Barusa?
He was the companion. He was the Doctor's school teacher, like in the episodes where they go back to Gallifrey.
Oh, who cares about that? Brigadier, mate. Brigadier taught him more than anyone. Brigadier's the man. Anyway, so what, you think I'd put Adric fourth?
I feel like, from the way you said that, I feel like Adric is higher.
You monster. You know how much I love Adric.
Okay, I'm thinking Adric might be second then, with Susan at number 1.
Well, let's stick to the fourth.
Okay, who's fourth?
The fourth one is Perry!
Perry!
I love Perry. Perry, you know, it doesn't matter that they didn't give her much depth. I think she was such a delight to have on screen. And
Yeah.
I just loved seeing her on screen. It's a shame that she was paired with someone who made her feel so scared a lot of the time and unsafe, but a lot of the companions feel unsafe, and I just really like her. Pretty much it. Next, we got Leela.
Ah, Leela, of course you'd have Leela.
Meat!
Because of the meat!
Because she doesn't mind killing either. And she's tough stuff. Yep, she's just not your typical companion. She was a real warrior. Jamie could never. She was what a real warrior is, and she didn't like clothes, and I can rate that, you know. Not every companion has to dress fancy, some just need rags and a knife. That was Leela.
If Leela and Jamie got in a fight, Jamie would be crying in 5 seconds.
Yeah, he actually would, bless the boy. Then we've got Adric, of course.
Adric in
My
number
man
2.
Adric. He was absolutely brilliant, and I don't care what nobody says. I've got beef with anyone who dislikes Adric, because he was fantastic, little mathematician. And then, you're right, we've got Susan. No one can compare. End of story.
She was the OG.
She's the perfect companion, and she needs to come back in every single episode.
Carol Ann Ford, if you ever hear this, come back. We love you. Come back, Carol.
I mean, she's just great.
She is. Oh, Carol Ann Ford was great, wasn't she?
Babe?
It's the Father Ted meme. I'm sorry. I'll move on now. I'll move on. So, to summarise, top 7, 8
Yeah.
companions. We had Jamie, Benton, Ian, and Barbara as a double act, like a hybrid.
No, that's not what we want.
So, Jamie, Benton, Ian, and Barbara. Perry, Leela, Adric, Susan.
And then Victoria Waterfield.
Victoria Waterfield. She's like in a rank of her own.
Yeah.
You can't number Victoria Waterfield.
Yeah, she's like the Brigadier, but above him.
The Brigadier salutes Victoria Waterfield. The Doctor salutes the Brigadier salutes Victoria.
Absolutely.
Okay, so next question. Question 4. Top 5 episodes or top 5 moments, because I know you don't always remember.
Oh yeah.
Like episodes can blur together.
Yeah, definitely. I think episodes are just. I think you already know my top 5 episodes, so that's not the most interesting thing. I thought the question moments was actually a lot more interesting.
Okay.
Because there's a lot more moments that stand out to me instead of just episodes in general. Like, when you say top episodes, I just think of my favourite ones. If you want to go through those quick, you know, it's the one with the Interminorians.
Carnival of Monsters.
And then the one with the Blood of the Dead is Stable Flat.
State of Decay.
And then we've got the Sunmakers.
Yep. With that old tax man.
And I've probably got a 2, modern favourite ones as well, but I haven't really put much thought into that. I'll probably go with the Anglerfish, because I love Anglerfish.
Thin Ice.
Yeah,
episode's called.
I'll go for Thin Ice, even though Capaldi. But I'll give him that one. And then
you also liked Into the Lake and Before the Flood, the deep episode.
I did
Definitely.
like that, but it's not. I liked it more for its horror factor.
Okay.
So I'm not going to add that one to the list. But what's one of my favourite ones with Smith?
Oh, good question.
I'd say just all of them.
Okay, when we do the Radie's Favourites marathon, we're just going to watch every Matt Smith episode.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, and Brain of Morbius as well.
Oh,
That's
Brain
a
and
good
Morbius.
favourite of yours.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright then, so we'll stick with those. And
Okay.
then, so top moments.
Okay.
Okay, so these are my top moments of Doctor Who. Number 1.
Okay.
Hartnell climbing inside a Dalek.
That's the epitome of Doctor Who.
Absolutely. Top moments. Number 2. Troughton creating Dizzy Daleks.
Just any time a Dalek gets played.
well, I haven't finished.
Okay.
Number 3. Okay, Baker deciding not to kill all the Daleks. That's
Okay.
quite a different tone, but
Okay.
I think it's a pretty defining moment of Doctor Who and what the Doctor stands for.
Mm.
And I know that all changes in later episodes, but I think it was such a profound moment, and it's hard to forget when he decides, you know what, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
It's a tearjerker, and it's definitely a top moment of Doctor Who.
I'm surprised at that, honestly, because I remember us watching Genesis of the Daleks for the first time, and you getting so mad.
Yeah, I am mad, but it doesn't take away for the fact that I think it's a top moment.
Mm.
You know, like just because I disagreed with him, I think I would have, you know, killed them all. You know, genocide, no problem. But that's me. I don't take away from the fact that that's his decision, and the repercussions are clear later on. But everyone makes mistakes, and I think it's a brilliant moment for compassion and trying to do the right thing, which is what we all want to do, and that's what Doctor Who is about. And it does define the Doctor very well. I wouldn't have actually had it any other way. Just because it's the fact that I'm having strong emotions makes it a good scene.
Yeah.
That's what we need. That's what we needed. So it's definitely got to be up there. And then we've got number 4.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think this one's going to be?
The blood of the dead is stale and fat.
It's Ace beating up a Dalek with a stick.
Oh, there we are. Again, the Dalek's getting played.
There is a theme here.
Yes.
And the last one, okay, is basically the same as the first. It's Capaldi going inside a Dalek.
When did Capaldi go to Dalek?
Rusty, mate.
Oh, just that entire episode.
Yeah.
Just into
He's
the Dalek.
Into the Dalek. He goes inside a Dalek too. Top moments, all 5 Daleks.
That's great. That's great. We have like a dozen Daleks staring at us right now in this room. So yeah, I'm sure they're very happy that one of your favourite moments is the Doctor deciding not to genocide them for once.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, I got to keep alive somehow. Oh. I mean,
Ha ha.
we have so many Daleks.
Okay, so next question: do you have a comfort episode?
Well, the truth is no, because I've seen them all like once. I've seen some episodes twice, because I watched it when I was 11. But it's very hard to pick a comfort viewing if I don't, because we've been doing a run through.
Yeah.
To me, a comfort viewing is when you watch something regularly, you know, as comfort. And I think the more I watch it from now on, the more I would, you know, have some comfort episodes. But since I've just gone through the run through, we haven't just stuck one on just for the fun of it, really. But I mean, one does come to mind in particular, except it's very sad as well. So I don't know if it can be considered comfort viewing.
I mean, sometimes like comfort viewing can be like when you just need a good cry.
Oh, nah. I'm not that person. I don't want to be sad. But Christmas Carol, that's the Smith one.
Oh yeah, with the sharks.
with the sharks and the sky and the fish. It's a beautiful, magical episode, and I love it. And the gorgeous singing of Angela?
I think that's her name. We might be getting confused with the one from The Office.
No, I think her name is Angela as well.
Okay.
But her singing is so gorgeous, and I really hate that she dies. But they made it sort of that she got a wonderful life anyway.
Yeah, okay. So, this next question is one I didn't prep you for. If you could own an item from the Doctor's wardrobe,
Ah, shoot.
so any item of clothing that has been worn by any Doctor, what would you own? What do you think you could best pull off?
Well, me personally, no, I have to say Tom Baker's scarf because I want to give it to you because I know how much it means to you and he means to you, and I know how much you love the scarf. I can't even think about me with that question. I'd have to give you the scarf.
Just a second, I'm just going to kiss my girlfriend quickly. I love you.
Yeah, you do. Okay, you said which I would pull off.
Yeah.
Honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is Ruth's costume, because her costume is brilliant, and obviously the other Doctors have been men, save Jodie, so it's hard to really think about that for me, but Ruth's costume is just absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
It's
they did
brilliant.
a really good job with her costume.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me think. I don't really care for a stick of celery. Recorder, I never learned to play.
I mean, that doesn't really make a difference with the recorder.
Spoons would be sick. I could definitely pull off some spoons. A cane would be sick, but I don't think I need that just yet. What did Pertwee have? He just had his fisticuffs. He had his gorgeous ruffly clothes.
Yeah, he had the cloak as well. He had a cloak sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm actually a cloak person because I'd end up tripping over it. I don't know how I managed to do so much action with a cloak. But, let's see now. What else? Had the umbrella. What else was there?
We've got bow ties, fezzes.
Ooh. I think I could...
The rainbow coat.
I think I'd like a bow tie, except that's not very unusual or special, is it?
It's cool, though.
It is cool. I like a bow tie. I'd definitely be able to pull off a bow tie, I think,
Yeah,
more than anything else. But you said also which particular item would you like to take from the Doctor to wear?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, in terms of pull off, I'd go for the bow tie. In terms of what costume I would want, it would have to be Ruth's costume. Because
Very good.
if I had to take something from a Doctor, I'd go for the whole outfit.
Okay, cool. So, next question. Saddest moment.
Yeah, I've got a sad moment, and I don't think I've spoken to you about this one.
Okay.
The saddest moment that comes to me across the whole show is actually the Father's Day episode with Rose.
Oh!
That episode to me literally just, really makes me emotional when I think about it.
I have to agree with you there, because like Father's Day, it exists in a weird place, like in the view of the fandom, I think, because like no one ever talks about it, like no one ever like brings it up as this is my favourite episode. But as soon as you mention it, as soon as it gets mentioned, everyone else is just like, oh my god, I forgot about that. How did I forget about that? That is so sad. And so I think everyone is just so traumatised by that episode that they have blocked it from their memories.
Definitely. It evokes a lot of strong emotions, and it's one of the ones where you really have to think about the consequences and yeah, just you don't get that time back with someone, and just the fact that she sees him go, or the car turning over again, and
Yeah.
they're sitting there contemplating life and death. It's really emotional, and it kind of gets the weight of it gets taken out in later episodes, because she gets everyone back. She gets her family back in the parallel universe. So it does take out the weight of that episode a lot. But if you're thinking about just the episode
Yeah.
itself, it is very sad. But since the weight of that gets taken out, screw Father's Day, saddest episode is Adric's death.
Earth
You know
shock.
who doesn't come back from the dead? Adric. My man, Adric. He doesn't get to come back in a parallel universe. He dies. Everyone's in shock. There's not even theme music.
They roll the credits.
They roll the
silently.
credits in silence, and I was just livid and angry and sad.
With the image of his broken badge.
I will never get over that. Next question. Move on before
Okay.
I throw something.
Okay, oh gosh. Why is it taking so long to unlock? Okay. So, we have seen a lot of rooms in the TARDIS throughout the show. We've seen the swimming pool, despite however many times it's been jettisoned. We've seen wardrobes, we've seen bedrooms, we've seen zero rooms, we've seen corridors. What room, if you could add any room to the TARDIS, what room would you like to see?
Oh, that's such a great question. There's factories and swimming pools and all sorts in there.
That's the thing that if anyone listens to this might not know. According to some expanded media of Doctor Who, there is a cheese factory somewhere in the TARDIS.
Oh, I imagine it sort of like Snowpiercer now, with like an aquarium, like a night car.
He's just got Miss Audrey in there somewhere.
Disco club, you know. Yeah, I want to see. I can definitely imagine the TARDIS with like a little disco room, like 80s vibes. The Doctor just jamming away in there. Plenty of Doctors who just use that as a stress relief. You know, I want to hear some Gallifreyan tunes, some sick Gallifreyan beats.
I just had the thought of so I don't know if you remember. There's a bit in the William Hartnell episode, The Romans, where because of shenanigans, someone sends a hitman to kill the Doctor, and the Doctor's got no idea what's going on, and he's just like holding this harp, it's a lyre. And he, like, this guy just comes at him with a sword, and he just like blocks him with a lyre and goes, "Oh, so you want to fight, do you?" And he like beats this guy up with the lyre, and then Vicky walks in, and he just, "You know, I forgot the thrill of a good old fashioned bout of fisticuffs." And so I just imagine that there is like a boxing ring. Like a gym with like a boxing ring and a punching bag that the Doctor just hasn't used since he was Pertwee.
Yeah, there's got to be something for all of them in there, definitely.
He went in there for like a week when he was Colin, and just like after the twin dilemma, before he decided to fix the chameleon circuit, he was just like, I need to stop strangling people. Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's tricky to think in the moment. The first thought that came into my mind was a roller coaster. Just like you just walk in and it's literally just like stealth in a room.
That's...
And the Doctor's just sometimes just on it, thinking about wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
He just go. I like to imagine him just like sitting on the roller coaster, just like completely straight faced, like deep in thoughts.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it goes all throughout the TARDIS as well. Like every so often, like a panel will open up in one of the walls, and he'll just and the Doctor will just go whoa through it. Like, I imagine that at one point it used to go through Like, it goes through rooms sort of seemingly at random, and, like, Amy and Rory got really mad that it went through their bedroom one time.
Oh, you know what? It's got to be in there. Just a really nice bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen a TARDIS bathroom, have we?
No, the closest we've gotten is the swimming pool.
I want to see a TARDIS bath. I want to see a bathtub in the TARDIS. looking all sparkly.
There. I mean, we know there is one. One, because hygiene. And two, because like the first time we see the swimming pool, it's the doctor asks K9 where Leela is, and and K9 says is that she's submerged, and the doctor looks confused and thinks, oh, it's a heck of a time to take a bath, and then it just cuts to Leela in a swimming pool. So, I mean, maybe the swimming pool is the bathroom, and the reason it keeps coming back is because like after every time he jettisons it, the companions are like, oh, so where's the bathroom then? What? You do have a bathroom in here. It's not just the swimming pool.
But Tal, honey.
Yeah.
You're missing a vitally important note with that, and that's you're not going to take a dump in the swimming pool, are you?
Moving on.
Moving on.
And we've only got 2 questions left. There's some kind of cat in here. Novice Haim, is that you? Splinks. Colin Baker's robot cat from the one BBC computer game in the 80s. Anyway. We're getting weird.
Remember that cats originated on Gallifrey?
Oh yes, Gallifrey invented cats and placed them on other planets to take them over back when Gallifrey did that sort of thing. Anyway, earth-shattering revelations aside, honey, if you could go to any time period or any planet with any doctor, where, who, and when?
I'm going to ask you this question. What do you think my answer for this would be?
Okay. So you said something to me beforehand that made me think that it was an alien planet of some kind. Is it a planet that we've been to in the show?
I'm not giving you any clues to this question.
Okay. I think you want to go to the planet Khan and just join the Sisterhood and just dance around going, "Sacred flame," all the time.
Planet, I understand your reasoning, but it's a bit too dark and grimy for me.
Well, that's true.
I mean, lots of planets are that way, and I like bright, airy, breezy places with lovely oceans, and Earth is good, or like some kind of paradise world would be lovely. Getting in the TARDIS is just too risky and dangerous. You know, why would I want to go travelling with the Doctor? I want to go on holiday. Like, I don't want to get into dangerous situations. However, I do have an answer.
Is it the planet that the Gumballjacks come from?
No, but that is a good answer, and I do want to see Gumballjacks, and I might have to change my answer to Gumblejack planet. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you should know, I've been asked multiple times by lots of different people if I could travel back in time, you know, on Earth, what period of Earth would I go to? And I've told everyone the same answer every single time. I want to go straight back to the Devonian era and see the armoured-plated fish. I absolutely am obsessed with that era. And I also would love to see the Sumerians and see how humanity kicked off, really.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Except the Doctor is much more of a people person. So I feel like all the interesting episodes are when we're talking to historical figures, or the Doctor is making friends with new aliens. But in terms of where I would go, I don't know the name of this world, but I would go to the world with a singing child, where she's trying to keep that alien in prison. Was it her granddad?
Oh, Akaten. The planet Akaten.
Yes.
Yes.
I would go to the planet Akaten.
So it's not her grandfather, but like the people of the planet call the creature grandfather.
Right, yeah. I think I would go there because there's a massive alien market, and like it was just so diverse. It had so many other aliens, and it would just be brilliant to just see all this other culture around me, like full of alien culture, full of alien merch. I would buy up the place. I'd buy so many alien goods. I love that concept of having to give something sentimental and precious as well.
Mm.
That was such a cool exchange concept, and I'd go with Smith because he'd buy an alien fez, and it would sprout tentacles or something and be super cool.
I don't know why I'd have expected anything else. My other potential answers for like what I thought you'd say would have been either the either Inter Minor, so that you could meet President Zarb and share his concerns.
He will share none of your concerns.
Or you'd go to whatever moon it is that the Drashigs live on, so that you could like ride a Drashig or something.
Oh mate, they would eat me. That's the reason I love them, because they're untouchable. You don't mess with a Drashig. It's not no me, a Shai Hulud. Okay.
Shai
Drashig will
Hulud
eat
versus
you
a
straight.
Drashig. Go.
Drashig would eat it straight. I'm calling it.
The Shai Hulud won't go. The Shai Hulud goes to swallow the Drashig, but what's that on the Drashig's nose? It's the Gom Jabbar!
What's that behind you? It's an Interminorian.
What? Oh, what's that? Nowhere. President Zarb's concerns. He has none.
Damn.
Okay. Last one. What is... Okay, honestly, Shine, sharing this show with you and watching, like, every episode of my favourite show with my favourite person has been one of the favourite experiences of my life. And with that in mind, what has been your favourite memory from watching it, or your favourite joke that has sprouted from this show?
Hold on, I gotta go kiss my boyfriend.
Work.
Why are you so cute? Why? Wow. You're not normally that nice.
It's true, I'm normally horrible. I'm like the Colin Baker of boyfriends.
You're like, we're in level. Right, so, on that note, we're in love. When we were trying to think of Valentine's Day Doctor Who card ideas, and we both thought of We're in Love at the same time, and we shouted it out on the street. And this girl, she looked behind us, and she just looked delighted, and she thought that we discovered that we were in love.
But no, we were just talking about giant bugs.
Yeah, but she thought she was witnessing love bloom and the realization. And it was beautiful, and I love that pun. Okay, these are honourable mentions. I got a big answer. Okay, then we've got milk bats. I don't know how this started. I think it was a scene with Smith when they were in the cave.
I remember how Milkbat started. So
he was blowing up the cave, and the cave kind of like shattered, and it looked like milk spilling everywhere. I don't know. It looked like milk.
So it was so it's the cliffhanger of the Weeping Angels 2-parter from Matt Smith's first season. And there's like a glowing globe, like they throw this like ball thing in the air to like light up the cave, and like he does his whole big there's one thing you never ever put in a trap, me speech, and he like shoots the orb and it like explodes, and And yeah, it's like an explosion of like white stuff, and it looks like milk, and it goes into the shape of a bat. And so obviously, your first reaction was to look at me and go, "Milk bat."
Yeah. So milk bat is up there. That
Milk
just
bat.
stuck with us. Then there was mice. That was just a thing. Some random medieval king said. Nobleman. Guy.
So this is from one of my favourite episodes. The Time Warrior. The first time the Sontarans show up. First time my favourite villains show up. And there is this lord, this medieval warrior lord guy that's working with the Sontarans, and the Doctor has just scared off a bunch of his soldiers, and they come back into the chamber, and it's like giving some wine, and he goes, "Oh, mice!" And it took until us rewatching that episode like a year later for you to realise, oh, hang on, he was calling them mice. He thought he just yelled mice.
Yeah. I thought it was just an exclamation, because mice is kind of like calling someone cowardly, I suppose. Cowardly and small. But I didn't really think of that. I just thought back in those days, mice was like saying,
Ah, crap!
yeah. Basically, I just thought it was an exclamation of like frustration. Mice! Like, seeing mice running around eating your chicken. Not what you want. So, love that. And he just said it with such gusto, but it was wine spilled out, and that's when you know. Then we got a salami sandwich. It's just, I don't know what Baker's delivery was when he said that line, but it was brilliant. And it made me crave salami to this day. Okay, then we got Baker again when he was spinning. I don't even remember the episode, but he was spinning around with like baseball bats when he went into that sports
I remember.
with Romana.
Yeah,
He's
that's
spinning around.
That's the Leisure Hive.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's just like 0G squash or something, and Baker's just like floating through.
That's got to be in the Moments one, hasn't it? Right, so we've come to my favourite in-joke between both of us when watching Doctor Who together, and that has got to be the Who-ness dance. When we watch, every time we watch Doctor Who in the morning, we do this dance when we hear the theme tune. And I think it's also known as the Flappy Dance. Because it's great, and I don't remember how it started. I think you just started doing like a subtle version, and it just grew and grew and grew, and your little chin was wagging, and your arms, your wrists were moving, you're getting fully into it, chest going, and it just became this thing that we did every morning, and it's eternal, and it symbolises our journey together.
I love you, honey.
I love you too.
Thank you for taking this journey with me.
You're welcome.
And
we're looking forward to the Easter special.
yeah, Sea Devils coming back, my little froggy boys.
We're gonna do a Eggy Who 22 instead of a Halloween this time, so we'll see how it is.
Yeah, and yeah. This has been great. I've enjoyed having this conversation and recording it for posterity.
Oh, I know you have. This is going to be a piece of Doctor Who memorabilia one day.
Yeah. And that, like in 100 years, they'll be like, this is the original pilot episode of the Milkbat Podcast?
I wasn't going to eat this.
You eat compost?
Imagine if you could eat words. No, I thought you meant like composite? fancy food. I don't know food. Compar. Compet. Compay. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of composite.
Composite just means like things mixed together.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're
Oh,
using.
compote.
What's that?
I think it's like a yogurt thing.
Okay, we're ending this now.
Thank you for joining us. If anyone's joined us, bye.